Now that we've reviewed the differences in the interfaces between the PC and Mac versions of EndNote, we're actually going to start looking at how you can add citations to your EndNote library. Although you will note that I'm using a PC here, the functions from this point out are very similar between the PC and the Mac and should not cause any issues. We're going to start with manually adding a reference. This is something that you probably won't need to do unless you're working with a website, because there is no good way right now to import the reference for a website. So let's say you have a website that you'd like to cite and you want to add it to your EndNote library. There are two ways you could do this. You could use the icon, which is the green plus right here, or you could go to References and New Reference. I'm going to use the icon simply because I like it, and I'm going to show you how this works. You'll notice there's a drop-down menu at the top of this record, and I can select the type of reference that I'd like to add. Since I said I was adding a web page, I'm going to select that, and you'll notice that the fields down here changed. This is because different types of references require different types of information. I'm going to cite the University Libraries webpage. The author is University Libraries, and the year is 2012. The title of the page is actually the same as the author. This won't always be the case, but it is in this particular case. And there is no series editor or series title. If you see fields that you don't have the information for, don't worry too much about them. I'm going to continue filling in my information. Access date is always important, as is URL. This is probably the most important piece of information that you're going to want to archive as you're putting in a web page. When I click away from it, it will prompt me to save the reference, and you'll see that it actually added that reference to my library. If I click Preview, it's going to show me what the record looks like in the citation style that I've selected, so I'm going to drop this down and select something that I want to use. We'll say APA 6th. You'll see right here that there's an issue with the author. Corporate authors tend to have this issue when you are creating a manual reference, so if I want to edit it, I can simply go in and make it work for me. In this case, I'll put a comma and a space. I'm going to save this reference. And now when I go to preview, you'll notice that it saved the author correctly.